If you're over 50, listen carefully, because this may be the most important video you watch this year. There are foods you've eaten your entire life, foods you were told were normal, even healthy. But after 50, your body changes, and those same foods quietly begin to damage your joints, spike your blood sugar, weaken your heart, and speed up aging from the inside. The scary part? You won't feel it right away. No pain, no warning, no immediate symptoms. Until one day, energy disappears, weight won't budge, blood pressure rises, and doctors say, well, that's just aging. It's not. It's food. Today, I'm revealing 10 foods you should never eat after 50. Some are obvious, some are shocking, and one is still advertised as healthy, yet it silently destroys your metabolism. Stay with me, because avoiding just a few of these can protect your independence, your energy, and your health for years to come. Let's begin. Let's have a real talk for a moment. After we hit 50, our bodies start sending us little memos. Maybe it's a new ache, a bit more stiffness in the morning, or just needing a little more time to bounce back. One of the biggest, yet quietest shifts happens with our kidneys. Two amazing bean-shaped filters that have been working tirelessly for us since day one. Think of them like a trusted coffee filter. For decades, they've filtered out the bad stuff, letting the good stuff through. But over time, that filter can get a little worn. It doesn't work quite as fast or as efficiently as it used to. Now, that's a normal part of aging. But here's the crucial part. What we pour into that filter every single day determines whether it lasts us for decades to come, or if it gets clogged and damaged before its time. My name is Dr. Mark, and today, we're going to talk about the 10 everyday foods that, after 50, can act like sand in that delicate filter. These aren't poisons. They're common foods many of us eat without a second thought. But knowing which ones to limit can be one of the simplest, most powerful gifts you give your long-term health. Let's get started. Now, when kidneys slow down, three things become extra hard for them to manage. Too much sodium, which raises blood pressure inside those delicate filters. Too much phosphorus, which can leach calcium from your bones. And too much potassium, which can affect your heart rhythm. The foods on this list are heavy in one or more of these. First up, the sodium squad. These foods force your kidneys to work in overdrive just to manage fluid balance. Let me paint a picture for you. It's a busy Tuesday morning. You're running late. The grandkids need to get to school, and you need to get out the door. You open the fridge, and there it is, the convenient, pre-sliced pack of ham or the ready-to-cook bacon. In 5 minutes, you've got a satisfying sandwich or a plate of eggs and bacon. I get it. That was me for years. But here's the story your body tells when you eat that. Think of those thin slices not just as food, but as little packages. Inside each one is a heavy payload of salt, over 400 milligrams in just a few slices. To your kidneys, that's like being handed a big, heavy box first thing in the morning and being told, carry this all day. And it's not just the salt. Those meats are preserved with something called nitrates to keep them looking pink and fresh for weeks. In your body, they can turn into compounds that create tiny, silent fires of inflammation. It's a double whammy, a burden and an irritant, day after day. Now, let's rewrite that morning story. Imagine on a Sunday afternoon, you take 20 minutes. You drizzle a little olive oil and rosemary on a fresh chicken breast or a turkey tenderloin, pop it in the oven, and let the smell fill your kitchen. You let it cool, slice it thin, and store it. Now, on that same hectic Tuesday morning, you open the fridge and you have your roast, your seasoning, your control. That simple act isn't just about avoiding salt, it's a quiet declaration. It says, I am in charge of what fuels my body. You're not just swapping meat for meat. You're swapping a processed burden for a clean, powerful protein that supports you, without the hidden cost. Start with just one weekend. Roast one chicken. Taste the difference not just in flavor, but in how you feel. Lighter, clearer, more in control. That's how lasting health is built. One simple, empowered swap at a time. I think we all know this scene. You settle in to watch a show in the evening, or you're working at your desk in the afternoon, and you reach for something to snack on. A handful of chips, a few pretzels. There's nothing wrong with wanting a little crunch. But here's what happens without us even noticing. That handful very easily becomes the whole bag. It's not about willpower. It's how these foods are designed. They're engineered to make you want just one more. Before you know it, you might have taken in over 1,000 milligrams of sodium in one sitting. All that salt has to go somewhere. Your body holds on to water to dilute it, which is why you might feel puffy or swollen the next day. More importantly, that extra fluid volume increases the pressure inside your blood vessels. Think of your kidneys like a delicate, high-precision filter. Now imagine you're forcing a much larger volume of fluid through it, under higher pressure, day after day. It's a lot of unnecessary strain on a system that's already working hard. Now let's talk about a kinder alternative. The goal isn't to give up snacking, but to snack smarter. Try keeping a bowl of air-popped popcorn nearby. It gives you that satisfying volume and crunch you're looking for. You can give it a lift with a sprinkle of garlic powder, smoked paprika, or a little nutritional yeast for a cheesy flavor, no salt needed. Or place a small ramekin with a single handful of unsalted almonds or walnuts on the table, instead of an open bag. That small, visual portion limit does the thinking for you. You get the healthy fats, a bit of protein, and a pleasant crunch without the sodium avalanche. It's a simple shift. You're not depriving yourself. You're choosing a snack that companions your relaxation instead of complicating it. You get to enjoy the moment, and your kidneys get to clock out for the day without overtime. 3. Canned soups and vegetables. The broth in that can of soup or the liquid surrounding canned veggies is basically salt water for preservation. One bowl can contain nearly a day's worth of sodium. Simple swap. Look for no salt added or low sodium canned versions. Or better yet, make a big batch of homemade soup and freeze portions. Before we continue, take a quick mental scan of your pantry or fridge. Do you see any of these? Don't worry, we've all got them. The goal isn't perfection, it's awareness. Now let's talk about 2 seemingly healthy foods that can be tricky. Now, this is where things get interesting, and where a lot of well-meaning advice can get confusing. We're going to talk about 2 absolute nutritional superstars, the avocado and the banana. If you picked up a magazine or read a health blog, you'd see these foods celebrated, and for excellent reason. For most people, they're powerhouses. The avocado is full of wonderfully healthy fats and fiber, great for your heart. The banana is a classic source of quick energy and potassium, which is crucial for nerve function and keeping your heartbeat steady. But this is the perfect example of how context is everything in nutrition. You see, that very strength, their high potassium content, is what requires a bit of extra awareness, as our bodies, and specifically our kidney function, naturally change over time. Think of potassium like a helpful messenger in your body. Your nerves use it to send signals, and your muscles, especially your heart muscle, rely on it to contract smoothly. It's essential. But the level needs to be just right, a Goldilocks amount. Not too little and not too much. Healthy kidneys are master regulators. They filter your blood constantly, keeping your potassium level in that perfect, narrow range by excreting any excess. But if those filters are slowing down, as they naturally can with age, that excess potassium can start to build up in the bloodstream. And when potassium levels creep too high, it can interfere with the very thing it's meant to help, your heart's electrical rhythm. It's not about these foods being bad. It's about understanding that if the filtration system is less efficient, We need to be more mindful of the total load we're asking it to handle. So, this isn't a warning to never eat a banana again. It's an invitation to be more strategic. It's about seeing the whole picture of your day's intake, and perhaps choosing these potassium-rich treasures intentionally and in moderation, rather than by default. 4. Avocados and bananas. These are nutritional powerhouses, loaded with heart-healthy fats and fiber. But they are also extremely high in potassium. One avocado has nearly 1,000 milliliters, and a medium banana has over 400 milliliters. For struggling kidneys, this excess potassium is hard to remove and can become dangerous. Simple swap. Enjoy these in small, occasional portions. For daily fruits, choose lower potassium options like apples, berries, or peaches. 5. Whole wheat bread and brown rice. We're always told to eat whole grains, and that's generally great advice. But whole grains retain their natural phosphorus and potassium. For aging kidneys, the phosphorus in whole wheat bread or brown rice can build up. Simple swap. It's okay to include refined grains like white rice, pasta, or sourdough bread in your rotation. They are easier on your kidneys while still providing energy. Phosphorus is a mineral that, in balance with calcium, keeps bones strong. But when kidneys can't remove the excess, it pulls calcium from your bones, weakening them. 6. Dairy products. Milk, cheese, yogurt. These are great for calcium but also naturally high in phosphorus. Hard cheeses and yogurts are particularly concentrated. Simple swap. Smaller portions are key. You can also explore non-dairy milks like rice milk or almond milk, which are lower in phosphorus. 7. Dark-colored sodas. This is a major one. Dark colas contain added phosphorus in the form of phosphoric acid. This type is absorbed by your body almost 100%, giving your kidneys a huge, unnatural load to process. Simple swap. Sparkling water with a squeeze of lemon or lime, or herbal iced tea. 8. Nuts, seeds, and legumes. Almonds, peanuts, lentils, beans. Again, incredibly healthy for most, packed with protein and fiber. But they are also phosphorus powerhouses. Simple swap. If you love these, keep portions small. A tablespoon of peanut butter on your apple, not a whole handful of nuts. I want to be very clear. I am not telling you to never eat avocado again, or to fear a piece of cheese. This is about informed moderation. Knowing which foods are heavier allows you to balance your plate wisely. Let's finish the list. 9. Dried fruits, apricots, raisins, prunes. Removing the water concentrates everything, including sugar and potassium. A small handful of dried apricots can have the potassium of several fresh fruits. Simple swap. Stick with the fresh versions for your fruit intake. 10. Frozen prepared meals and instant foods. The king of hidden sodium, phosphorus additives, and preservatives. They're designed for shelf life and taste, not for your kidneys' health. Simple swap. When you can, batch cook simple meals like grilled chicken, roasted veggies, and a starch. Freeze them yourself for your own healthy TV dinners. Knowledge is power. If you take one thing from today, let it be this. Protecting your kidneys after 50 is less about drastic elimination and more about strategic, loving moderation. You don't need to clear out your kitchen in a panic. Start here. Your 3-step action plan. Look at the list and choose just one food you eat often. This week, try its simple swap instead. Next time you're shopping, flip over a package of your bread, soup, or snacks. Look at the sodium and look for PCOS in the ingredients. That's phosphorus additives. Just become aware. At your next checkup, simply say, I'm thinking about kidney health. Are my recent labs okay? And is there anything I should be watching in my diet? This starts a collaborative conversation. Your body has carried you this far. This is about partnering with it for the journey ahead. If this felt helpful and empowering, please hit that like button. It helps this channel reach more people like you who want straight talk on healthy aging. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing. We break down topics just like this one every week. No scare tactics, just clear, useful information. Thank you for your time and for caring for your health. You've got this. I'll see you in the next video.